As you might expect, cruise lines, like airlines, have lists of banned items that you cannot take on board. With thousands of people living in close proximity, many things pose a health or safety risk. Today, I'm sharing 10 things that you should not pack with you on a cruise. Hey y'all, I'm Ashley and this is All Bodies Travel, a channel dedicated to all things travel, everything from road trips to cruise ships, especially for those of us in larger bodies. This is my list of 10 things that you shouldn't take on cruise ships with you, but don't take my word for it. If you have questions about anything that you could be packing that you want to pack with you, check your cruise line's list of prohibited items. Number 1, liquor or other alcohol. The only exception to this is that most cruise lines will allow you to bring a bottle of wine per person on board. However, all other forms of alcohol that you're bringing with you are prohibited. This is for a couple of reasons. First, money. They want to make money, and marking up liquor is an easy way to make a profit on selling those alcoholic drinks. Second, it's a safety issue. If you overconsume and they need to cut you off, there's no way to do that if you have liquor or alcohol back in your room. And for some, this is a safety or health issue because some people get belligerent when they overconsume. Now, people are always going to try to sneak liquor on board. I don't recommend doing this because it can jeopardize your ability to actually get on the ship and go on your cruise. Royal Caribbean specifically will confiscate any liquor they find and not return it to you at the end of the cruise. However, any alcohol you buy in port will be held for you on board until the last night of your cruise. So if you want to buy that great bottle of wine in Italy or a bottle of Curacao in Curacao, then they will hold that for you, no problem. Number 2, irons and steamers and anything else that creates heat or an open flame. The heating elements in these make them a fire hazard, so just leave them at home. If you need to have your clothes pressed, you can do it with the onboard laundry services, or if your ship has one, the self-serve laundry on board. A great product you can use instead is Downy Wrinkle Release. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. You spray your clothes with it, pull them straight or unwrinkled, and you're good to go. A low-tech way with no purchase required is to hang your clothes in the bathroom, turn the shower on as hot as it can go, close the door, let them steam. An exception to this rule about heating elements or things that get hot is hair tools. So your curling irons or flat irons will be fine. Number 3, drones. Restrictions around drones are getting more specific as we go along and more people have them. There are lines that will allow you to take a drone on board, but you have to check it in and then check it out on port days. You can't fly it while you're on the ship sailing. And be aware that some ports, like Port Miami, are cracking down on the use of drones in the port area. So use caution and look up local ordinances when you are wanting to fly your drone around the port. Number 4, pool toys. Now, you can bring inflatables to use in the ports. So in the, you can bring inflatable toys to use in the port stop beaches, but you can't use inflatable toys in the pools on board. Can you imagine if everybody had an inflatable raft? There would be no room for swimming. Leave the inflatables in your cabin on sea days. 5, speaking of toys, handcuffs. Look, what you do at home in your bedroom is none of my business. I don't care. But leave the handcuffs there. Other adult toys are fine. Number 6, extension cords. Now, this varies between lines. For example, Carnival requests that you bring your own if you need one for a CPAP or other kind of medical device. Royal Caribbean will actually provide you with an extension cord if you need one. When my husband and I cruise with Royal, we end up getting a giant orange outdoor extension cord that's like 50 feet long. And then we have to string it from the desk area to the bed. 7, surge protectors. These present a fire hazard, so surge protected outlet extenders are not allowed. However, you can use non-surge protected outlet extenders. I've linked a few in my description below. They have USB outlets, USB-C outlets, and USB whatever outlets included in the cube. Number 8, weapons. This seems pretty self-explanatory, but some people still mess it up. Don't bring anything that could be construed as a weapon on board. This includes martial arts weapons, bows and arrows, knives, and ammunition. A recent cruiser was arrested in Grand Turk because he had ammunition in his bag. Ammunition is not allowed on Grand Turk. I don't know how he got on the ship. I don't know how he got it off the ship. I don't know why he had it in his bag to begin with, but he ended up with time served and a $9,000 fine. So double check your bag at home to ensure you're not taking anything you don't mean to take with you. Number 9, hookahs, hookah water pipes, and torch lighters. Matches and normal lighters are allowed, but because torch lighters have such a powerful flame on them, they are not allowed on board. In addition, if you have a novelty lighter that looks like a weapon, don't bring it. Leave that one at home. And number 10, fresh flowers or perishable food. As small of a risk as it is, there is still a risk of seeds or pollen getting off the ship and wreaking havoc on the local ecosystems. So these items are just flat out banned. Also, don't try leaving the ship with any fresh fruit that you might get on board. You will be stopped, you could get a fine, you could be arrested, etc., etc. You don't want to have to mess with customs in a foreign country because you brought a banana off the ship. And that does it. Are there any items that have surprised you by being on the prohibited list? I know the extension cord was a surprise to me. If you want to see me pack carry-on only for a 10-day cruise, check out this video. If you're ready to book your own cruise, don't forget that I am a travel agent and I'm happy to help you with that. And my email is in the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.